We've helped over 2,400 women over the age of 50 lose weight and keep it off for life. How do we do this? Well, by working with these people over years and years, we've established 5 key steps that you can implement into your routine that's going to allow you to make your weight loss journey not only attainable, but sustainable. Sustainability really is the key here. We just don't want to lose some weight and then put it back on in the future. What is the point in that? We want to lose weight and keep it off for the rest of our lives so we can live a long, healthy, and fulfilling life. If that sounds important to you, watch this video as I'm going to dive into the 5 key steps that we've established to make sure that you can achieve your weight loss goals sustainably. The first step is understanding and eliminating the fad diets, knowing how to spot them, knowing when to get rid of them, and knowing if you're falling into this trap. We've all heard of them before. Fasting, keto, paleo, all these things are not sustainable. Let's use keto for example, where you don't consume carbohydrates. Let's just say you're out with your family on a lovely afternoon stroll around the beach, okay? Maybe you've got some grandkids there too. Maybe you're with a lot of your relatives and you just want to have an ice cream. No, actually, I can't have that ice cream because I'm doing keto, so I'm just gonna leave the ice cream out and not include this with my family trip here. Does that sound sustainable for you? Does that sound fun? No, I'm pretty sure we can all agree that. Now, I'm not saying eat ice cream all the time, but can we have these things in moderation and still lose weight sustainably? Yes, because if something is sustainable, if we have that degree of flexibility with our nutrition, it makes the journey so much more fun, which at the end of the day it should be fun. This is a journey, and if we feel that we're restricting things, if we're cutting things out, eliminating things from our diet, that is the opposite of sustainability, and we want to avoid them at all costs. So if you see anything along the lines of eliminating your favorite foods, just disregard it from your memory. We want to include the foods that you love within your nutrition and eliminate the ones that you don't like. That's the only time you should be eliminating anything from your diet, is if you actually don't like the food or if you have an intolerance or an allergy, etc. And also, all these fad diets, they're not based and backed up with hard scientific evidence. The evidence that they do show in their studies are weak at best, usually cherry-picked studies from test groups that are chosen by the people conducting the studies in a way that they can actually manipulate the results to make their diet or product that they're trying to actually sell to you seem more appealing. If you look through these studies with a fine-tooth comb, it's very easy to see how they've been modified, manipulated, and cherry-picked, so avoid them at all costs. Fad diets, eliminate them. The second step is enjoying your food and eliminating hunger. A lot of people think that when we are on a weight loss journey, that we have to be starving all the time, but this just isn't the case. Will there have to be a bit of compromise sometimes? Yes, absolutely, but not with your hunger. More so with the nutritional choices that you choose. This doesn't mean you have to compromise taste. This doesn't mean that you have to compromise satiety levels. We want you to feel full, satiated, because remember, food is fuel, food is energy. When we eat well, we feel well. If we crash diet, eat a super low amount of calories, combine that with foods that aren't so micronutrient dense, it's just a recipe for disaster and the complete opposite of sustainability. What we like to do is make sure you're satiated, make sure you're full, make sure we have a lot of food volume so you can actually eat the meals that you're eating, feel satiated at the end of them, but you also know that the nutritional value within those meals are very high so you can actually fuel your body and just feel great every single day. We've all been there when we're too hungry. What happens when we're hungry is that we start to make poor food choices, and this is because our perception is changed, okay? Let's just say, for example, you go out for a meal and you've not eaten all day, okay? You go out for dinner, you've only had breakfast, and there's been a 10 to 12 hour gap between your meal. You get to the restaurant, you're starving, and although you maybe intended to eat healthy at the start of the day, because you're so hungry, the choice you will make will directly be poorer because our perception is changed. Now, how do we fix this? Well, the key thing is one of the things is having regular meal times, okay? For example, in this example here, Could we have maybe had a little snack before we went? Even just something like a protein dense food, like let's just say for example, a protein yogurt, something like a fat-free Greek yogurt paired with a piece of fruit. If we just had that maybe like an hour before we go for the meal, if we've been starving for most of the day, would we make better food choices? Probably, because you're more satiated. Another example here is imagine you go to a food shop. Now, I want you to think of a time you went to a grocery store, a food shop, where you've been absolutely starving. We buy things we don't need. Let me say that again. When you go to a grocery store or supermarket when you're super hungry, we buy things we don't need. Let's compare that with the example of we go to a grocery store, a supermarket, and we've just had our meal. We've just had our lunch. We're really full, and then we go out to shop. What happens then? Well, we buy food, yes, but because we're not hungry, we don't make poorer choices. Our perception isn't deteriorated. That is key to sustainability. It goes to show you can eat out, you can make appropriate choices. It's all about learning and making this adapt and fit your lifestyle. We want your journey to enhance your life, not take over it. And if you are looking for some free fat loss trainings to make your journey a lot easier, just check the link below, check the description box, and we'll send you them over straight away, because we want you to make sure you have a sustainable fat loss journey that you can continue and maintain for the rest of your life. The third step is convenience and practicality. If something takes hours to prepare for a simple breakfast, that isn't very sustainable. Okay, we want recipes, we want meals to be convenient for us, easy to make. If you're not a big fan of cooking, there's no point trying to sit and cook something for 2 hours. We want something fast and efficient. Of course, we want them micronutrient dense and to fuel our body and be tailored to us, but we don't want it to take too long. Okay, again, sustainability, that's the key thing I'm trying to drive home here. If it's not sustainable, why do it in the first place? We don't want to drop weight and then just put it back on again. We want to lose the weight we want to lose, achieve our goals here, but in a sustainable manner so we can actually keep that weight off forever. And we never have to lose weight again. Does that sound incredible or not? Yes, it certainly does. The key thing with regards to meals being practical, nutrition being practical, is planning ahead. When we plan ahead, it makes life so much easier, and we can do this in a couple of ways. If you are eating out, can we look at the menu ahead of time? If we are, let's say, traveling a lot for work, could we organize our meals? Could we do some batch cooking? Could we choose things that are more portable and easy to take? Let's just say you're driving in a car, you don't have access to anything to heat up. Would it maybe be more appropriate to have something in a cool bag like wraps and salads and things like that versus something hot that you need to heat up? Having this flexibility, having this versatility, and planning ahead really is the key here to making this sustainable and also tasty and enjoyable in the process. Even just simple things like pre-chopping your vegetables go a long way. If you've had a busy day at work and you come home, the last thing you probably want to do is spend half an hour chopping loads of different vegetables to throw into like a stir fry, okay? Could we pre-chop a lot of them in one day? Could we batch cook a few meals at the same time? Could we batch cook and then freeze some meals? Again, could we have a couple meals of the same on back-to-back days? Maybe we make a few breakfasts in a row. Maybe we make a few dinners to have in consecutive days. It's not that one is right and one is wrong. We want to do whatever we can to make the adherence to nutrition as easy as possible for yourself. Some people prefer a bit more variety and have different things every day. Some people like having similar meals every day. They just have, let's say, the same breakfast with a tiny variety throughout the week. Both are absolutely fine. What's most important is that it fits your lifestyle. That is what we want here. We want this to complement your life, make it easier to follow and adhere to. Because if you find it easier to adhere to, your nutritional adherence is going to be through the roof, which is going to consequently affect the results that you get and make the results that you get 10 times more sustainable. Step 4 is being honest and accountable. We all know that person who's always saying that they're on a diet. They're always trying to lose weight, but they don't actually make the progress they want to make. Well, why is this? As harsh as it is to say, a lot of times we can actually lie to ourselves, and we want to avoid this trap because it is a trap. Lying to ourselves, false reporting, does not improve anything. It doesn't take you in the direction that you want to go. False reporting is only cheating yourself. If you say that you have had X percentage of nutritional adherence, but you know you've not, you've actually been having a lot more snacks throughout the day. You've not actually hit your water target. Your sleep actually hasn't been the best. you've actually not had those pieces of fruit with your lunch. You've had something else like biscuits or crisps. And again, we can include these things, but the point I'm making here is that if you false report, you're only cheating yourself. We pride ourselves with all the women that we have coached over the years, is that the people we work with have open and honest communication with their coach. That is the most important thing, because it's not a case of, here's your plan, away you go. It's, here's your plan, this is what we're starting with, this is what we've created based on the information you've given us to make sure this journey is as sustainable as possible. But everything is subject to change as and when we need to. The most important thing is that communication. False reporting is only cheating yourself. Don't do it. Be honest with yourself. Even if you have a wobble, that's fine. That happens to everyone. That's happened to me. I've been a coach and been in the fitness industry for years and years. I have a wobble too. At the end of the day, we are all human, and it is a learning process. It's not so much what happens, it's more how we react to what happens. Can we put something in place that's going to help moving forward when we're in that situation again? Let's use the example of eating out at a restaurant. If we went there, but we know where we're going all day, and we made a poor choice, okay, in reflection, what could we do to improve that? Maybe we could have looked at the menu ahead of time. I did have a few spare minutes during the day when I was at work. I could have looked at the menu. I could have made a pre-educated choice on what I'm gonna have when I got to the restaurant. Could I have swapped something out? Could I have swapped, let's say, fries for a baked potato? Could I have added more vegetables to the meal? Could I have got a starter and a main instead of a starter, main and dessert? Could I have had 2 courses instead of 3? These little changes add up. And the cool thing is, every time you're actually presented with an opportunity like this, look at it as an opportunity, okay? Going to eat out is fun. And just because you're eating out, it doesn't mean you have to compromise taste, food volume, or just your overall enjoyment of the evening. You can plan ahead, make it sustainable, have fun, and get straight back on track. And the 5th step to achieving sustainable weight loss is mindset and motivation. We all have those days where we don't feel 100%, okay? And it's really important here to narrow in on your why. Why are you here in the first place? Why is this important to you? Why are you actually trying to lose weight? What does it mean to you? Because a lot of times we want to lose weight, but it's not actually the number on the scale that matters. Remember, the lower number on the scale is what a lot of us chase, but it's not actually just looking at the number that gives us any real results. It's what that lower number gives us back in our life. We might have improved health. We might be more mobile. We might be resistant to injury. We might be feeling better. We might have more energy. We might have better sleep. We might have better nutritional habits. We might wake up every single day with a spring in our step. This is what it's all about, and this is what you can achieve with sustainable weight loss. So if you're ever thinking or having a wobble, or you feel that your motivation is low, just think back. Why are we actually doing this? And what's one thing you can do for yourself today that's going to move the needle in the right direction to take you one step closer to your weight loss goal? Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. Any questions, just pop them in the comments below. And a video should pop up somewhere on the screen just now. It's the 8 pillars of sustainable weight loss. I highly recommend you watch that. Just click it wherever it is on the screen. It might be here, it might be here. Hope you have an incredible day. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. And I'll speak to you soon. Take care.